Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tech Tuesday with Out of the Box. Today's webinar is covering why accurate bookkeeping is the key to profitability for your small business, and we thank you for joining us. Today's presenter is our very own Mary Hunter. She is Executive Director of Training here at Out of the Box. Mary joined us in early 2006, and she brings decades of experience as a CPA, which have equipped her with the deep expertise in a broad range of industries, including large and small manufacturers, retail, wholesale distribution, and healthcare, just to name a few. Mary has recently added to her resume the development of internal training and implementation initiatives, leveraging her professional expertise to help develop our internal teams. Mary's expertise is unrivaled, and we really encourage you to engage her with any questions you might have as our presentation goes on. As for me, my name is Jeanette Schwartz-Rattan. I'm Director of Marketing here at Out of the Box, and I will be your moderator for the day. Just a few housekeeping items before we get started. The session is being recorded, so you don't have to give yourself carpal tunnel taking all of the notes. We will share the recording with you after the fact. It takes about 24 hours to get that email out to our attendees. And you can revisit any key points or information you'd like to review there, share it with your colleagues, and really dive in together. We have reserved a few minutes of time at the end of the session for questions, but if there's anything that arises during the presentation that you'd like us to address in real time, you can feel free to submit those questions through the Q&A box, and we will address them as they come up. A little bit about Out of the Box, if you haven't joined us before or it's been a little while. Here at Out of the Box, our mission is to empower entrepreneurs with the QuickBooks-based financial tools, services, and insights they need to thrive. Out of the Box is the premier choice for QuickBooks accounting services, boasting over 30 years of experience and a track record of exceeding the expectations of more than 50,000 satisfied clients. Our comprehensive accounting solutions save you time and money while providing you with the financial accuracy, security, and insights necessary to grow your business. As an elite QuickBooks solution provider, we are able to offer you exclusive discounts and pricing, so we encourage you to connect with us before you purchase any of your QuickBooks solutions. With that, I believe I've covered all of our housekeeping items, so we can go ahead and get started. First off, we've got a quick poll that I'm going to launch here. This helps us tailor our content a little bit to you. We want to get to know you a little bit. So which of the following best describes your role? Bookkeeper, accountant, business owner, operations manager, or other? Got about 50% of people having voted. So I'll give it a few more seconds before I close the poll. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's pretty tight here. I'm going to close and share the results. Looks like we've got about 30% that are the actual business owner, 25% are accountants, and 21 are bookkeepers. We've got a 15% that are other. Looks like we've got a good mix. So let's dive into the meat of the presentation, how bookkeeping drives profitability. Mary, you want to start by walking us through the agenda?
Yes, hello everybody. I'm glad everybody could join us. So today we're going to talk about the exciting topic of bookkeeping. So me being an accountant, it's very near and dear to my heart. Many of you think this might be a dry or dull subject, but it absolutely is necessary and valuable, especially for new and emerging businesses. So today we're going to talk about why bookkeeping is so important and how it can help business owners, managers make those important decisions that will help businesses grow. Why is it important and how do we get there? So that's what we're going to cover today. So what is bookkeeping? So we're going to talk a little bit about what bookkeeping is versus accounting, and Jeanette has another question for us.
Yes, we've got another poll. How do you know if your business is having a good year? Encourage you to vote. Is it review the financials? Look at your bank account balances? Do you base it on how busy your service teams have been, or how much the phone is ringing, or something else? All right, we're approaching 70%. I'll keep it open for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And good. So we've got 91% saying they review their financials. So we're starting in a good place.
Absolutely. So we love to hear that people are looking at financials, but one thing we find dealing with clients every day is every business owner typically asks the questions to us and to themselves, how much money did they make? Of course, where is that money? If they're looking at their financials and they see the net income, they want to know where is all that money. And of course, I always get asked, how much are they going to get charged in taxes? How much are we going to have to pay the government? So all of those answers, of course, rely on good bookkeeping. So with any financial management system, your unique industry is important. One of the pillars of tracking transactions and bookkeeping is QuickBooks. That's one of the accounting softwares we'll talk about. Each industry or business model is uniquely different and has different ways of tracking income and expense. And of course, the efficient, accurate bookkeeping is vital to every business. So in terms of the bookkeeping compass, as we like to call it, transaction oriented. So anything that is running through your bank account is a transaction. Credit card accounts, of course, revenue, expenses. I always kind of talk to new businesses about money in and money out. So you don't have to know all the technical accounting terms, but we definitely need to understand how things are coded, money that's coming in terms of sales and revenue, money that's going out in terms of expenses, management of accounts receivable and accounts payable, if that's applicable. All of these various factors go into accounting in a good set of financial statements. So now we're going to talk a little bit about bookkeeping and what we're talking about today versus accounting. So two things that are a little bit different, but they're vitally important to work together. So bookkeeping is basically the practice of organizing and recording and summarizing financial information, or recording those transactions, the day-to-day transactions that a business has going on. The accounting in a business is basically analyzing and interpreting those transactions, and typically those are in reports. So formal reports looking at trends, percentages, etc., in the actual financial statements, and then analyzing the data that the bookkeepers come up with. So again, bookkeeping is an essential part of any business. It is where everything starts. That's where our financial transactions are going to be recorded. Again, posting of income and expenses. Reconciliation is a huge process in terms of bookkeeping, reconciling two statements, preparing interim financial statements, processing or recording payroll expenses correctly in our books. Accounting, again, we talked a little bit about interpreting that data. So looking at the results of good bookkeeping, reviewing financial statements, analyzing them, preparing, possibly adjusting entries. Accountants could be performing audits or formal reviews for different entities such as banks or different financial institutions, depending on your business model. And of course, preparing relevant tax returns. So accounting periods and cycles. That's one of the things we want to talk about in terms of bookkeeping versus accounting. Again, the bookkeeper function is going to record those individual transactions that happen on a daily basis, reconcile the financial accounts to statements to verify the accuracy of those, and to prepare preliminary reports on financial results. The accountant is then going to post year-end, or in some cases, month-end closing entries and prepare those more formal financial statements for taxing entities or outside entities that need financial statements. So why is bookkeeping important? Okay, or why is the management of all our financial data important? So one of the little statistics we have is a large portion of new businesses fail from poor cash flow. And what our goal is to put information and have owners have information currently so they can see the status of their business. So again, cash flow, cash management, information, all of those can affect how we make decisions for businesses and determine if a business is profitable or not. So the importance, why is it important to have accurate bookkeeping? Well, we all know that we need to provide financial information to outside entities. Sometimes if we have a loan or a line of credit or our insurance company, they're going to require financial statements. Accurate financial reporting also is going to protect you as an owner of the investment you put into that business. It's going to provide lots of information if you go to sell your business or want to expand, get a loan, make decisions on both growth or in some cases, cutting back on certain expenses or certain expenditures for equipment or growth if that's not quite right the time to do that. It's also going to provide information, of course, to prepare your tax returns. Benefits. So the benefits of what we would call timely, accurate bookkeeping is the ability sooner versus later to make informed decisions. So again, we want to make sure we're making decisions based on numbers and not guessing or our just feelings. Accurate indicators of measurable success. Again, sometimes looking at budgets versus actual. So if we have a budget for our business and then we have to have actual accurate financial results to compare to those budgeted results. Financial statements, of course, can help us with decision making. Financial statements, we all look at income statements, which show our revenue, expenses, net income. All business owners want to immediately look at their income statement or profit and loss. My favorite financial statement as an accountant is the balance sheet. The balance sheet is equally, if not more important than the income statement, because it's going to show us so much about the viability of a business and where a business stands at a certain point in time. And cash flow statements can help us understand where our cash went in a particular period of time. So benefits of timely bookkeeping. One, we're going to be, of course, we have to say it, we're going to be better prepared for tax season. So one of the things that we are trying to alleviate in terms of bookkeeping is a less stressful and less rushed end of the year. So many clients we come across and I come across personally come to us at the latter part of the tax year and want the whole year of their tax set of books caught up. And it's very stressful for them. They don't know where they are sitting in terms of a tax position. And it makes everything a little rushed and stressful for everybody involved. So one, having regular, accurate books will make you more prepared for your tax compliance and will also make that period of time less rushed for your tax preparer, your CPA or tax preparer. Common documentation that businesses are often required or requested to provide to local and state and federal governments, financial statements, some transactional detail, tax payment detail, statements, etc. So again, access to those detailed records of all transactions are helpful. Benefits to accurate, timely bookkeeping is to categorize transactions consistently. Goods that you are purchasing, your cost of goods sold, such as inventory or direct costs related to your business, services, the proper recording of wage expense and tax expense. So outsourcing your bookkeeping with out of the box, what will you gain by doing that? So one, we have expertise in bookkeeping and accounting. That's what we do all day, every day. Most small business owners are not experts at bookkeeping or accounting. They are experts at building a business, selling their products, and that's what most business owners want to spend their time on, is building a business, not doing the accounting or bookkeeping. It's also going to provide increased efficiency and accuracy for your financial reporting. And one, that real-time reporting that I talk about in looking at current financial statements soon after the period has closed. Often there is a cost savings because one, we're not trying to catch up for a whole year or a whole quarter at a time. One of the things that bookkeeping does identify is one, it can find sometimes instances of fraud in your book. So if someone is looking at the bank account and looking at transactions frequently, errors or fraud are likely to be discovered quicker. Financial visibility, meaning looking at your financial results quicker and sooner and not waiting till year end, and increased control over your financials. So having someone else do the reconciliation if someone else is recording transactions. So if you're a small business and you have one person recording transactions, a great practice is to increase control over that and have someone else do the reconciliation, to have a second set of eyes looking at that. Additional benefits of outsourcing bookkeeping here at Out of the Box is you would have a dedicated account manager working on your set of books with a bookkeeping team that understands your business and your business model. As Janine said, we are elite QuickBooks solution provider, so you would get discounts on all Intuit products and services. Again, those monthly financials, monthly profit and loss and balance sheet, consistent allocation of expenses. So one, accurate recording of expenses is paramount to get good financials, and consistency is also important. Proper allocation or recording of wage expense and payroll tax expense is often something small businesses don't do very well. We would do that accurately for you, which would help your CPA at the end of the year tie out to your payroll tax returns. Year-end review prior to sending your books or financials to the CPA. So this cannot be emphasized enough, to have someone look at, review, make sure everything is in order before sending your books or your financials to the CPA. Very often, I find tax preparers or CPAs take books directly from a client and do a tax return directly from those financials. So it is important to have good, accurate financials. Some CPAs that do a little bit more extensive work do a little bit more digging, but more and more I am seeing many tax preparers take financials directly from the client and put those into the tax software. So we want to make sure before you give your financials to your tax preparer that they are in good, accurate shape, and that you have reviewed those and understand those. Again, monthly financials are going to be reviewed by a senior team member to make sure things are accurate. So how does getting started or work? So let's talk a little bit about that. So one, if you're a small business and you're just getting started with trying to track your books, right? Track your income and expense. One, what things that you want to think about and we can help you think about, but this is typically what new businesses just starting out have to decide on. Single entry or double entry accounting. So single entry is kind of for those very small, simple businesses that either use Excel, they use pencil and paper, and they're just recording where the money is going. So they're recording money in and putting it in either a spreadsheet or a document, and then where is the money going out? What we would do in QuickBooks and most accounting softwares use is double entry accounting, which means a debit and credit to every transaction. What that means to non-accountants is that every transaction is recorded and it would affect a general ledger and a financial statement. So that's what we're all striving for, is good, accurate accounting with both a income statement and a balance sheet. Cash basis versus accrual basis accounting. Again, that's one of those tax decisions that your CPA will help you make. Many businesses we come across run internal financials on an accrual basis of accounting, and their tax accountant opts to file the tax return on cash basis. So the two do not have to be the same. Again, the tax accountant will typically decide what is best for you in terms of how you want to file the tax return. Again, how you look at your financials internally kind of depends on your business model. Many companies look at their financials on an accrual basis accounting. The other thing you want to think about if you're a brand new business is now choosing an accounting software. There's many accounting platforms on the market right now. A few we have listed here: QuickBooks, Xero, NetSuite, Sage, many others. We, of course, are a QuickBooks preferred solution provider. We often say we do everything and anything related to QuickBooks, and we do. So we offer all platforms of QuickBooks software and can help you choose which one of those platforms is best for your business model. Next, we want to start as a small business or a new business, organizing and categorizing your transactions, right? Keeping track of them, making sure you're saving the receipts and records that are occurring with that new business, and that you regularly review and update this information. Establishing a routine is important: daily, weekly, monthly. Depending, of course, on the business size and volume, we do not want to wait till the end of the year to start organizing all of those business transactions with a new business. So one thing we always recommend is seek professional help when needed. So many, as I mentioned, small business owners are not bookkeepers. They're not accountants. They don't love it. In fact, most of them do not like it and find it's very time consuming. We are experts at it. So many clients tell me they appreciate having somebody else do that kind of task for them so they can spend their time building their business. Okay. So if you don't have the time, the skill set, or the desire to do that, that's when you might want to consider outsourcing that bookkeeping function. Tip 2, many seasoned or proactive accountants want to look at your financial results coming up at the end of third quarter. Many of my clients start asking for those. Send me first 3 quarters of the financials so they can help you start doing some tax planning and seeing where you are going to be at the end of the year. So if you're not in good shape now, we've got 1 more quarter to get ready for third quarter. So again, many accountants like to start looking at financials as of third quarter. So getting started with out of the box. 1, what would happen is you would receive an onboarding assessment, a discussion to look at your particular business model, the transactions that you have in a given month, and identify your needs and the scope of the work. The next thing we would do is we would develop a plan. Develop a plan for that ongoing bookkeeping, define the scope, what we would do, what you would do, and discuss and give you pricing on what that would run. Step 3 is we would start the onboarding and implementation of that monthly bookkeeping. So what out of the box typically does? Again, as we talked about, each business is unique and it has their own needs and requirements, but depending on your business model, we may record revenue. You may do your own customer invoices, which would record revenue. We would categorize vendor expenses. Often we enter payroll journal entries for each payroll period or process payroll within your QuickBooks software. Of course, we would reconcile bank and loan accounts to monthly statements, categorize or record. Another word for categorize is record or post credit card expenses, and then reconcile the credit card accounts to the monthly statement from the credit card company. Again, if we have depreciation entries, interest and principal on loan accounts would be recorded. We would have a monthly bookkeeping review. And of course, communication is always vital. So there would be ongoing communication with business owners or others in charge of that entity in terms of questions that need to be answered. And we would provide monthly financial statements. Thank you. Again, of course, we have a little asterisk as long as we have related documents and information. So you would have a list of all of those documents that we would need on a monthly basis in order to do those procedures. Okay, it's already July 9th, so we're starting the third quarter, believe it or not. It's hard to believe. I say that every day. So the year is a little over 50% over. So do you know if your books are up to date and where you are as a business in terms of the first half of the year? So monthly bookkeeping can help with that, okay? If you don't know where you're at or your financials are not up to date, this is what we can help with. In terms of monthly bookkeeping, what would you as a client or a business owner be responsible for? That cash flow, daily keeping track of the cash, okay? How much money is in the bank? Do you have enough money to pay the bills? And of course, paying your bills on a timely basis. So again, those daily activities you would be responsible for. If you do customer invoices, you would do those yourself, send them out to the customer and receive payments from your customer on those. Provide us with secondary access to your bank account and or bank statements if we're not able to set up secondary access. Again, in terms of the credit card accounts, we would provide secondary access to the credit cards and credit card statements. Oftentimes with different versions of QuickBooks, we can connect the QuickBooks software directly to your credit card accounts. So that's a very useful tool in doing bookkeeping. Ensure that the information that is requested is provided is accurate and timely. So giving us information in a timely basis and making sure that that information is accurate. And communicate, of course, with us if there is any significant changes or challenges that would change the financials. So if there's a new bank account, a new loan for a fixed asset, purchase, etc. Any kind of those new things that would impact the bookkeeping. So do's and don'ts for all business owners and especially new small business owners. Do not assume that everyone in your organization knows proper bookkeeping procedures. Especially in small businesses. Don't assume that everyone knows how to use QuickBooks effectively. So I put that word in effectively. We get asked that every day and we do a lot of consulting on how to set up bookkeeping in QuickBooks or a set of books to get the best reports for your business model. So every particular business model is unique and has different challenges. The setup of QuickBooks, how it's structured with the chart of accounts and different reports and different fields that we can use in QuickBooks is very important on getting good, accurate financial statements and reports that owners are desiring. Don't assume that this can be done without training or expertise. So many of us try and do our own books and muddle through it, but we don't all have that training and expertise to do that. Here's a few comments, but I can tell you what a lot of my clients have told me. One of them is, thank you for doing my books so I can focus on building the business. So I get that all the time. I also get told, boy, I was looking for that report for the last 9 months. And now in a few minutes, you just solved so many of my problems. Again, reviewing the P&L was a wake-up call for me. It's really vital to see financial data and information in black and white, right? We think we know what our business is doing. We think we know what kind of money we're making, how much revenue we're generating. It's very important to look at those reports frequently. And of course, why are we doing that? We want business owners to make decisions based on facts and data and not feelings and guesses. So that's our goal as a company and my goal. So out of the box goals, one, kind of what I talked about, communicating the overall impact of the financial transactions in a company over a given period. How do we communicate financial information is with financial statements. If there's anything on a financial statement that owners, managers don't understand, we can help you understand what those financial statements are saying and what they mean. And then we want you to use that data to help you make decision making, right? Whether it's good or bad decision making, expansion, contraction, facts are much better to make decisions with. What every business owner should ask, okay? Ask themselves, are my financial statements accurate? So many clients, before we even look at their books, I can ask them that question and they will say definitively yes or no. And it's pretty interesting when they say no, because they're very adamant about it and they're not happy, but they absolutely know their financials are not giving them truthful information. And two, is the data meaningful? So if the financial statements are accurate, but we're not understanding what they're telling us, we can help you with that too. So accuracy and meaningful. What can we help with? So in addition to monthly outsourced bookkeeping services, we do a lot of other services here at Out of the Box. One is cleanup accounting. So as we talked about, so many companies have a set of books that are not in good shape. Okay, so if we went to do your bookkeeping, you might tell us, no, the accounts have not been reconciled in many, many months or many years. The balances that we're looking at are not correct. So all kinds of things that we come across on a daily basis, we can help with cleaning up your current set of accounting books. Again, we do monthly outsourced bookkeeping and accounting. We do QuickBooks setup and training and consulting. So many times we have businesses that have an accounting department that needs a little bit of training or consulting on how to learn how to do certain things differently, how to get better reports. And of course, we do have a data migration department that helps many, many businesses move from different forms of accounting software into QuickBooks products, or from a certain QuickBooks product into a different one, or from QuickBooks to QuickBooks directly. So data services is a big help in terms of our company, in terms of helping you with Intuit products. Now I think we have time for question and answer. One of the things I just kind of wanted to talk about a little bit before we go into Q&A is just to kind of summarize what we talked about. Bookkeeping is really an essential part of running any successful business. It not only helps maintain organized books and records and accurate financial records, but it also plays a vital role in financial statements and financial planning. Compliance with tax laws, of course, and informed decision making. That's our goal, is to give you the ability to make informed decisions. By understanding bookkeeping and its importance and incorporating best practices for your business in terms of bookkeeping can ensure really a solid foundation for financial management and ultimately help with growth, profitability, and the sustainability of your company. So that's what our goal is to empower business owners and entrepreneurs to get good, accurate reporting from the financial software and good statements to make decisions from.
Thanks, Mary. As you were talking, quickly, we don't have any questions in the queue yet, but it just occurred to me, and I almost hate to say it, that the holiday season is really right around the corner. And if your books aren't in line, this is another great time to do it, because I know many small businesses at that time of year have to hire seasonal help. Can you afford it? Anytime you want to scale and grow your business, you really have to refer back to your financial statements to answer those kinds of questions. And that's why your accounting and bookkeeping becomes so important. It's that strategic decision making. That's really the platform where all of those decisions should come from. So thank you so much. Well, it doesn't look like we have any questions yet. Here, someone's asking, how often should bookkeeping be updated and how often should the owner review?
I would say monthly at a minimum. So again, typically a financial cycle in a company is we're going to have a monthly cycle. So think about your bank account. You're going to get monthly statements on the bank and credit cards. So financials should be up to date at least on a monthly basis. Depending on the volume of transactions in your company, some small businesses need to work on their financials weekly. Our bookkeeping team typically does a month-end review and a month-end reconciliation recording of transactions, but depending on the needs of the client and the business, sometimes we do more often than that if the volume is sufficient. But typically we want to reconcile and do a month-end, what we call close, and then prepare a monthly financial statement. And then, of course, that is going to help with the yearly statements when you're getting ready for taxes. So the more that you can do and have accurate financials throughout the year, the easier it is going to be to get ready for your tax return.
Awesome, thanks. We've got another question from Linda. Does Out of the Box do quarterly payroll tax reporting?
So probably in terms of like the payroll tax form. So if you're using QuickBooks to process your payroll, can we prepare those quarterly payroll tax returns, I think is what you're talking about. Yes, there's many options involved in that. And yes, we would look at your situation, but yes, we do that.
Thanks, Mary. We got another question from Matthew. For Out of the Box, approximately when in the month should we expect to receive the reports corresponding to the previous month? Is it normal to hold a monthly meeting with Out of the Box?
Okay, great question. So usually when we do the onboarding or assessment, we'll talk to you about your requirements, but typically a business is going to want their month end wrapped up or closed around the 15th or 20th of the month. Sometimes people say, hey, I don't need it till the 25th, but normally in those first 2 to 3 weeks is when all of the bookkeeping happens because we get financial or bank statements, credit card statements, and typically we would set that expectation with you on when your financials will be delivered to you. Typically, there is communication with the owner or business manager of that entity. If there's some discussion, if a monthly meeting is needed to look at those financials and talk through them. But yes, that's our goal, to have frequent communication and meetings, and especially review things with you to make sure things are understood.
Thanks, Mary. Another question that just came through, are there apps that sync with QuickBooks so the owner can review certain financials while out of their office, eliminating the need to remote into QuickBooks directly?
So depending on the kind of QuickBooks product you are using, so QuickBooks Online does have a mobile phone app. I've had many business owners look up reports on their phone and see the results. But yes, depending on the QuickBooks product and what kind of reports you're interested in looking at, there are different apps that can give you information without sitting at your computer or logging in.
Great, thanks for that. I just wanted to mention on top of that as well, that's kind of one of our areas of expertise, is knowing the whole QuickBooks ecosystem. So when you have questions like that, and you come to us, we have the knowledge and expertise to really optimize our suggestions for cost and efficiency. So we're always keeping those things in mind. All right, well, it looks like we've answered all of the open questions at this time. We've got about 15 more minutes, so I'm happy to give you a few of those back in your day. I want to thank Mary for sharing her expertise. I want to thank all of you for attending and coming with such great questions. And as a reminder, yes, the recording will be shared with you. It'll be up on YouTube later this afternoon, and we typically get out a follow-up email within the next 24 hours. All right, thanks again. Have a great day, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.